Hello there. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Crafty Thursday with Dara Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. Hello, hello, and welcome to Thursday. Come on in. If you are new here to Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe, Thursdays are the days that I like to come and bring a crafty project to you. And if you have been here before, welcome. I am so super excited that you're here. I have new product to share with you tonight, and of course a new fun card that I found to create with you. So we're going to get started pretty quickly. I'll chat for just a moment. In fact, while we're chatting, I think I'll go ahead and turn down. Actually, let's go ahead and see if I can flip us around the right way. Magic, right? Hello, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and get turned down. I see Michelle is watching. Hi, Michelle. Happy Crafty Thursday. Thank you so much for being here. Super excited that you're here. Thank you so much. So I have something fun to share with you, and we're going to be using some new products from Stampin' Up. So let's go ahead and I'll chat for just a couple of minutes and then we'll get to it, shall we? All right, let's turn down and I'll tell you about the new products, how you can find them, and then we will create something super fun. Here we go. All right, let's get us straight here. I think we're straight. Oh, maybe we're a little bit crooked. So how are you? How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am doing good. I hope that you're having a fantastic week. Actually, tonight, I am from Michigan. I live in the Midwest, and we're expecting some snow tonight. It is March, so we're getting into spring. So those are two things that are happening in this neck of the woods. Of course, if you guys don't know or didn't remember, this is the weekend that we spring ahead. So that's happening this weekend on Sunday and Saturday into Sunday. So we're going to lose an hour of sleep. I'm not excited about that. And the other thing is, in the Midwest, if you are in or around Michigan, you know that we're expecting some snow tonight. That's going to stick around for the weekend. So this is a good night to be inside creating. And so here we are. All right. So today is Thursday, March 9th. I'm super excited that you're here today. Let me know if you're watching live or you're watching the replay. Say hi. If you pop in, I'd love to chat with you. I may not be able to see all of your comments while we're creating, because as we are creating, I'm focusing on what's on my desktop, and I don't always catch all of the messages. But if you have messages and you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will go back after the live and make sure that I say hi to you and answer any questions that you may have. As a reminder, everything that you see here tonight that I will be using will be available in my online store, and there will be a link in the description above. Actually, there will be several links there. So if you want to join my mailing list, the mailing list is where you are going to get all of the information on classes and events when I'm creating. So that's the best place to get information. It's not always here on my business page. So there will be a link there for that, a link for my online store. If you happen to be shopping, there will be a link. There will be a link there to shop with. I like to give away product as a reward for people who are shopping. So those are a few housekeeping things that I wanted to just put out there so that you would be aware of. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on tonight's project. First of all, the product that we're going to be using tonight is an online exclusive. So recently, Stampin' Up! Has released products that are only available online. The beauty of that is that between catalogs, when new product is released or becomes available, you don't have to wait until a new catalog arrives in order to be able to see that product. It can be added right online. And then Stampin' Up! Is also going to release new product in this manner several times per year. And we've just recently had our first release. So that's the product that we're going to be using tonight. Super excited. It's so beautiful. Do you see this? So we're going to be using the Irresistible Blooms. This suite was released early. If you are a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, one of the perks about being a demonstrator is that you get to order product before it goes live to the general public. And so this was a suite that we were able to order. Now, in order to see the online exclusives, you can go to stampinup.com. You can go to my online store and click shop and go down to online exclusives. And actually, let me bring this here. If you're watching the replay, I can just kind of bring this QR code up. It is scannable. So you can scan the QR code, and you'll be able to see the offerings there as well. All right, so I gave you a little bit of a sneak peek. Let's go ahead and get started with our project tonight. As I alluded, we're going to be using the Irresistible Blooms. Isn't this lovely? This grabbed me because of the curly font. I love it. And so I had to have it. I have like tons of flowers, but the flower is beautiful and the curly cues are beautiful. And there is a coordinating, to bring us back into the frame here, there's a coordinating die set. The dies are beautiful, and you will be seeing more of this from me because I want to be able to show you the dies, but we're not going to use them tonight. But here is kind of what they look like. They're so gorgeous. I can't even tell you about them. I'm going to have to show them to you. So I did use the dies off camera tonight. I cut a couple of the flowers. Let's talk about the Coordinating Designer Series paper. I've taken it. I had the presence of mind to take it out of the package before we got started because I fumble with it a lot. So I didn't want to fumble with the packaging. So I have taken it out. Look how gorgeous the Designer Series paper is. And can you see how it's kind of like maybe watercolor? It's really, really beautiful paper. And something else that you guys are going to be seeing from me, make sure you stay tuned to my business page here because I am going to be doing a giveaway pretty soon here. It's going to start next week, and it has to do with color. We have some new colors coming out, and I'm going to do a little contest, and we're going to give away something free. So make sure that you stay tuned over the next week to get details about that. But here's the Designer Series paper. It's really beautiful. It's even more beautiful when I don't throw it around. And here's the reverse side. And then we'll get started with tonight's project. I think you're really going to like tonight's project. It's really super cute, super fun, super easy. It looks intimidating, but it absolutely is not intimidating. I see Julie is watching. Hi, Julie. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I am using this pattern, I believe, is the pattern that I chose. So let's go ahead and get started. And then I have a few inks. Also, coordinating with the designer series paper are some loose frosted dots is what they're called. Let me go ahead and open these up. Oh gosh, I think I'm going to open them. Here we go. So this is what they look like. Isn't that rich? Very beautiful. So we're going to be using these two, but I have a super cute fun fold for you. So let's get started so that we have the opportunity to get this done for you in a decent amount of time. So like I said, I did use the die cuts off camera, and I'm not sure if you were able to see that there are some dies that cut. I call this filigree, just because there's so many open spaces here. So there are some leaves there. There's one that you can actually stamp the leaves and cut them out. And the same with the flowers. There are two sizes of flowers. However, if you guys have been around any length of time, you know that I'm a huge fan of coordinating designer series paper, that you can use the dies to cut out. Anything that allows me to save time with coloring, I am all over that. So there are, well, let me show you. There are a couple of sheets of designer series paper. You see this, how I have cut the flowers right out of the designer series paper, and actually the paper that we're using for the base, the one that I just showed you, let me bring it back in. There are dies that coordinate with these leaves too. So you guys, this is huge. If you have a die cutter, or even if you don't, if you want a fussy cut, look how many leaves and flowers you can cut out. And there are a few designs that you can do this with. So I'm a huge fan of that. All right, let's go ahead and get started on our card. I have been chatting quite a bit. So let me show you what we have here. And we're not doing a great deal of stamping either. We're just going to stamp the sentiment. So this card will work up really, really cute. And it's really pretty for, it could be for Easter, a thank you, hello, a friendship card, Mother's Day. Super, super, super cute, because the designer series paper is very versatile like that. It could even be masculine. I'm not sure if you noticed the darker colors. I am using the soft succulent, and this is, oh gosh, soft seafoam. A lot of soft going on there. But this is soft succulent and soft seafoam. We're going to be using that. But if you wanted masculine cards, like, you could use the reverse side of this designer series paper, right? And then use the sentiments and forego the flowers and just use the leaves, and voila. All right, so I'm not sure which sentiment I'm going to use, but I think it's either going to be hooray, it's your day, or the hello. But let's get started. We're going to need a Stampin' trimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this in. You guys watch this. I think you're going to really love this fold. It's super, super simple. So we have a card base. Our card base is standard. It is 8.5 by 5.5. It is scored in half at 4 1/4. So we'll go ahead and fold it, and we'll use our bone folder shortly here to burnish the fold so it lays flat. We have two pieces of basic white. They are both identical. They are 2 3/4 by 4, so we need both of those. We have a piece of designer series paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. And then we also have a piece of, again, the soft sea. Sorry about that. I hope you guys are still there with me. I'm going to use the bone folder and score Okay, and then now we're going to cut. Let's go ahead and move our two basic white pieces to the side, and also the soft seafoam to the side, and our designer series paper. And we're going to take the card base. Now this is a little tricky, so I want you to pay attention to what we're going to do here. So you're going to take the score line and line it up with the groove of your trimmer. And then I'm going to, at the top of the score line, I'm just going to kind of slide, let's move this down a little bit. I'm going to kind of slide the card base to the side. And what we're doing is creating a diagonal cut. Let's move over a little bit here. Are you guys able to see that? So did you see what I did? I lined the score line up with the groove on my trimmer, and then the top part I want to remain on the groove. We want to cut a diagonal line here, so we need the peak here to also be on the groove. So I just am kind of holding it into place. Thank you so much. Thanks for the thumbs up and the acknowledgement there. All right, so this is what we have. Okay, so we have the top part of the score, and then the peak of the corner. We're going to close the arm right down, kind of hold on to it so it doesn't move, and cut it. And this is what we have remaining. So we're going to set this aside, and then this piece you could totally, if you wanted to save it, you could save it for another project. And now we're going to bring in the designer series paper, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So let's move this over a little bit so I can make sure you see what's happening here. So this is the left side as your trimmer is facing you. So this is the positive side. Can you see the 4 inches? So we are going to cut from corner to corner. And actually, let's see. Okay, so we're going to tip the designer series paper. The top part of it, we're going to push to the right. Does that make sense? So let's put it on the trimmer here. And we want to cut from corner to corner here. So I'm just going to kind of tip in the same manner as we did the card base, only this time we want peak to peak. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drop our arm down again and simply push up. And we have these 2 pieces. Easy peasy, right? It sounds confusing, but it's really super simple. All right, that is the hardest part of our project here. The hardest part of what we had to do tonight. All right, so let's get started with a little bit of assembly. We're going to bring our card base back in. So I'm going to turn this towards you so you can see the orientation. So this is the orientation of your card base as it's facing you. Can you see that? So as it's facing me, the fold is on the right. So it's opposite of a book fold. And that is also the diagonal side. So it's opposite of a book fold. I'm going to go ahead and give it another good score. Actually, yeah. Okay. And so the next thing that we're going to do is, let's see, not quite sure. I might have cut opposite of what I wanted to do here. All right, so let's see if this will still work. I might have cut opposite of what I wanted to do. Yeah, I think I did. I need to turn it over. Let's turn it over. We want this in a book fold. So I'm just going to turn this right over. There we go. Okay, that's better. Okay, so I'm going to turn it back towards you again so I give you the correct orientation. It should open like a book. And if you noticed, I'm actually kind of glad that happened because if you noticed, if you cut on the opposite diagonal, did you see how I was able just to flip the fold over? So no worries, I'm actually glad that happened. So that can show you, or at least you can see firsthand, that all is not lost. And you can see that I am very human. I make boo-boos also. All right, so it is going to open like a book fold. And then here's how we're going to layer our designer series paper. So we have one of the triangles that we created with the designer series paper at the bottom. And the other is going to go right in the inside at the top, and there's a little bit of a margin there. So this is what it should look like. Did you guys catch that? All right, so we're going to go ahead and take our double-sided adhesive, and we will adhere these pieces right down, because if you're anything like me and you leave them on your desktop, there ain't no telling. Ain't no telling where they will end up. All right, so we'll adhere here, and then let's do it again for the top corner here. And at the end, I might just take another piece of cardstock just to show you how to tip it on your trimmer, because I think that's important too. Even though all hope is not lost, if you cut it on the opposite diagonal, you saw how we were able just to turn it around. So that was fantastic. Okay, so here's what we have as a closed card. The next thing we're going to do is bring in the 3 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. It is scored at 4 1/4. So it's 8.5 this way, and it's 3 inches this way. We've scored it at 4 1/4. So we're going to go ahead and fold it in half and give it a nice burnish. This is going to go as your card base is open. This is going to go right on the inside here. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it down. So we have a big card and a little card. And we'll place this right in the center. And then we'll do just a little stamping and embellishing. Now, you guys, here's the secret. This piece will open, this piece will close, and then we have that little flap. Isn't that fun? So this is how your card will open. Isn't that so fun? All right, so let's go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. We're going to bring in the 2 pieces of basic white, and I think I'm going to grab a little bit of scrap paper here. Let's grab some. It's plenty loved. That lets you know that I've been creative at some time in the past, right? And if you guys use the grid paper, a great idea is once your grid paper is, you know, once it's stamped up or it starts dog-earing, folding up a little bit, I like to just cut mine into 4s. and I can use them on my Stampin' Pierce mat when I need to, or if I just need a little bit to cover my my work surface, then I have just a small piece to do that with. So let's start with the inside, and I think what I'm going to do is grab the let's see, I have Daffodil Delight, I have Soft Succulent, and the Soft Seafoam, and then I have the Tuxedo Black. So I think, I'm not sure if I want the yellow flower. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's just see what happens. Go ahead and open here. And then I'm going to grab the smaller flower from the stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp right off the side of the bottom here. This is going to go on the inside. So I'm just going to ink this up. Let's get back into frame here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to ink up that smaller flower, and I'm just going to kind of stamp in the corner here. All right, and then this will be for the inside. So we'll put this right inside. Wondering if we should put a sentiment. No, I'm going to skip the sentiment, which is something I frequently do. It allows me the freedom to add the sentiment of my choice later. So if I want this to be a birthday card, it can be. If I want it to be a friendship card, it can be. Mother's Day card, it can be. At this point, it can be whatever I need it to be. So we'll go ahead and add that, and that's going to be our inside. And then let's go ahead and decide what we're going to do on the outside. So I have actually cut a 3/4 of an inch basic white piece of cardstock, and I'm going to put the sentiment on there. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Soft Succulent for the sentiment. This is a good time to decide. Hooray, it's your day, or hello, or I like you. We could do that. There's I like you. This is the inner sentiment. I'm pretty sure that I would only use that for the inner, but it says, I couldn't be happier to have you as my friend. Hooray, it's your day. Hello, and thank you. I make a lot of thank you cards, so I think I'm gonna, let's go with the hello. I think the hello is pretty versatile. I can use that for whatever I want. So let's go ahead and grab the hello. I'm going to steal this block, and hopefully I don't get my fingers too messy. We'll put the hello right on this block, and let's see. I'll stamp it in the center there. That way I can cut this piece down to size. So let's ink it up a little bit. And I'll stamp, let's see, right here in the center. Hopefully we get that straight. Very good. Pleased with myself for that one. And then looking at this, I think that there are some splatters. You see those splatters? Aren't these cool and artsy? I think I want to use those splatters. And we're going to be stamping on the other piece of basic white that we cut. That again is 2 3/4 by 4. And I'm just going to put a few splatters. I think I'll use the Soft Seafoam. Hopefully this looks good. If it doesn't, we'll just flip it right over. But I'm just going to add a few splatters because I think that they're going to look good. I'll put a few here. Okay. I think I like that. And now I'm going to bring in some Stampin' Dimensionals, and remember the leaves that we cut and the flowers that I cut out of the designer series paper. I have, I'm going to use a larger flower and a small flower, and then I'll use a few of the leaves that I cut out. And then also I used the linen thread, and so I didn't have to cut these on camera. I have a double bow and a single bow. I'm not sure if I will use them. We will see. And then we have our embellishments here as well. And then, of course, you know me, nothing in my world is going to be completely flat. I have some Stampin' Dimensionals. And then we're going to put our sentiment at the bottom here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pop that up at the bottom. So let's decide what we'll do. I really am digging those splatters, so I think I'm gonna maybe put the larger flower to the right so we can see more of that splatter, and then we'll just kind of overlap them. So let's do that. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of adhesive here, and we'll kind of put this on the corner. Aren't those splatter fun? I think they're super fun. And then maybe we'll put 2 of the leaves down, maybe with a little bit of the multi-purpose liquid glue. And let's just see. Actually, we'll put 1 down, and then maybe I'll glue to the back of this flower. That way we're sure that the placement is good on them. Yeah, let's do that. See if I can get away with adhering these just down with some double-sided adhesive. Let's see how that works. Oops. Okay, I think that's going to look pretty good. And then the other one we'll just put down flat. So I am going to go ahead and bring in just a dollop of our liquid multi-purpose glue. We'll put just a little on the bottom here. And pop it down. I don't want to get glue on my fingers. I use my bone folder and cheat a little bit, spare my fingers. And then let's go ahead and grab a couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. We'll add it right to our smaller flower. We'll pop this right up. Isn't this a cute card? I think it's super cute, but even more so, I am in love with this bundle. And if I didn't tell you, with the online exclusives, another thing that is really promising, some of the things that are available online and that are online exclusives are while supplies last. So I tell you that as a cautionary tale. If you see something that you like, go ahead and buy it. Because we can't know which products will be replenished and which ones will not. Michelle says, me too. Yes, it's really beautiful. I'm in love with it. But so we don't know which products will be replenished and which won't. So if you see something that you like, I just want to admonish you to go ahead and grab it. But the things that will be restocked, there's no expiration date on them. They will continue to sell them as long as there is interest. So that's a fantastic thing. All right, let me go ahead and grab some scissors, and I'm going to do my favorite banner cutting here. I like to do this a lot. So I cut in the same direction on both sides, and that allows me to make this sentiment or this layer whatever size I want it to be, and I kind of want it to fit that mat that I've created there. And we're just going to pop it up with some dimensionals. So let's do that. We'll grab a couple of those and we'll stick this right to that layer. I'm almost half tempted to kind of pop this layer up as well. Why? Because I just like things that are not flat. All right, so here's our completed mat. Let me bring it close so you can see what we have here. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so beautiful. How simple were those flowers? Weren't they super, super simple? Super, super simple. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and adhere this. I'm going to behave, and we'll put it down flat. I've got enough dimension there to make my heart happy. And then we're going to add this layer that we've just created right to the front of our card here. Do you guys think you can make this? I think you can. It's super, super easy peasy. And let's see, do we want to use this? We have to use our bows where it makes sense. I think if we had a stem or something to ground this to, it would make a little more sense. We could add it right to our sentiment, but I don't know. I think I want to use some embellishments here. Let's go ahead and open them. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous to open this. I don't want all of these are loose, so there's no adhesive on them. They're just kind of loose and floating around, and so I'm afraid that if I jerk that while I'm trying to open it, we're going to end up with a mess all over. Michelle says, what a cute card. Thank you so much, Michelle. I think it's super cute. I love the fun fold. I love the layout of it. I love how easy it is to recreate. And more than that, I am enamored with this bundle. I love the leaves. I love how simple it is to cut the flowers out. You guys, this is super cute. All right, let's take this away. I'm just going to kind of, let's throw down a couple of I think this is Daffodil Delight. Let's see how we look with these. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe you guys can tell me whether or not you think we should add the gems, or if we should add the twine. Okay, that's not good. It would have to be the Daffodil Delight ones. Let's see if we're going to add the gems or the twine. What do you guys think? Let me know. Here's what we look like with the gems. There's no adhesive there, so they're loose, which means we have to adhere them. Boy, I can't turn that over. Let's open my Take Your Pick tool, and we're going to use the spatula and flip that right over. I do love these gems. So if you can't see them, I'm going to bring them close to you so that you can see them. They're like shimmery and frosty at the same time. They are spectacular. I do like them, if I must say so myself. Even if I'm struggling to flip it over, I do love them. I just got my nails done yesterday, and I chose, this was the lightest blue that I could find on the samples that they give. And blue, the month of March is aquamarine, and so this was as close as I could get to the aquamarine. All right, I'm going to lift this up. You guys tell me what you think. Do you think we should use the gems, or should we use the double bow? Which I'm liking the double bow too. I would probably just kind of put it to the side there, or both, Michelle says gems. Here we are. I don't know. Do you think we could get away with both? I think you're right, Michelle. The gems actually have to stay. Let me bring them close. I wanted to see if you could tell how they're shimmery and frosty at the same time. I don't know. They are super beautiful. Julie says yes. Yes, Julie, both? Okay. We're going to go with both. We're going to take Julie's expert advice and we're going to put them both. Oh, Michelle chimes in both too. I think you guys are right. You're pretty smart. You're pretty smart because my heart squealed when you said that. I think both is good. So let's go ahead. I'm using mini glue dots. And I'm going to stick all three of them to the mini glue dots. And then we'll take our take your pick tool and just kind of slide them off. Hey, let's go ahead and use the spatula side. I think I was a little more deft with that. Or so I thought. There we go. I think we had one here. Yeah, I think you guys are right. I do like both. We'll stick this here. And one more. Oh my gosh, these gems are so beautiful. I wish I could show them to you in person. They're like frosty, and then it's like a mirror underneath, so they're shimmery at the same time. I like them. They are called, let me tell you, oh well, loose frosted dots. That's what they're called. You see that? Oh, thank you. Julie says she loves the colors of the card. Julie, me too. It's like muted and subtle, but bright at the same time, kind of subtly so. I agree. All right. Here we go. This is our finished card. And remember the fun way that it folded. So it's going to fold up this way and over this way. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for the thumbs up and the hearts. Thank you. Isn't that the cutest? You guys are going to have to come back, watch the video again, and make this card. It is super, super fun. And then I wanted to see, let me put this here. I might have to move it. Remember I told you guys that I wanted to cut again the card base just so that you could see. And if you're going to refer back to the video here, I want you to actually see the right orientation to cut the card. So I want to show you how it goes in the trimmer so that if you come back here to create the card, you can follow the video and get it right. Michelle, you'll make this? Yes. That makes my heart happy. I am so glad that you'll make this. It's super, super, super cute and elegant at the same time. The fold is really fun. I wish I could remember. I watched a similar card, but I was enamored by this. So let's go ahead and grab another piece of cardstock. And let's see if we can grab, well, let's just grab Old Olive. We'll just grab something. I was debating on the color of cardstock, but I guess it really doesn't matter. The point is that you get to see what we're doing here. So right here at 4 4¼ I'm going to score. It's one of my tricks. I like to score and then cut because that way I only have to score once and I get 2 cards. All right, so here are our 2 card bases. We'll put one aside. Okay, so yeah, when your card base is in your trimmer, the top part, I was correct in that, so I'm not, Oh, maybe it goes towards the bottom. Yeah, that's exactly. Maybe the bottom swings. Let's bring in our empty one so we can see which way it swings. Oh yeah, okay. So did you see that? So here's your trimmer. Here's your score line right on the groove. And actually the top part will stay and the bottom part of the card will swing. Let's put that to the test to make sure that we're correct. Because I want you to be able to make this with success when you create it. So let's put it to the test, and voila. All right. So did you see that? And then we'll just fold it shut, and remember that the orientation is the book fold. So if it's folding like a book, then you've gotten it correct. And if it folds opposite from the book, just fold in the opposite direction on the score line and you're still good. All right, you guys, that's what I had to share with you tonight. Don't forget the beautiful products that we use tonight. They are online exclusives, so they are available only online. You will not see these in a publication. So if you like them, again, I'll put that, I'll put the QR code a little close to the camera. So if you're watching the replay, or if you want to go back and watch the replay, you're so welcome, Michelle. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here. So you can go ahead and scan that. Let me get my fingers out of the way. Or you can go to my online store. There will be a link in the description above, and click on shop and then online exclusives, and it will open up. You'll be able to see the offerings that are online. Our kits collection will be there, as well as this lovely bundle that we use tonight. It is called Irresistible Blooms. I am enamored with it. So beautiful. The designer series paper is gorgeous as well. And there is a coordinating die set. You guys are going to see this again from me really soon, because I can't describe to you the dies, but they are absolutely beautiful. And maybe I'll just post a few cards showing you the die set in use, but they are absolutely gorgeous. So if you don't have them, you need them. And remember, if you go to the online store and you see the products there, even if it's not in stock, if you're able to see it, they will be replenished, so they'll be back. The loose frosted dots, I wanted to tell you that because I do know that these sold out relatively quickly, but I do know that they will be back in the online store as well. And then the coordinating designer series paper, and you can cut shapes right out of the designer series paper. Very, very gorgeous. We saw it at the beginning of the video, so if you want to see what it looks like, watch the replay and then you can kind of see me flip through them. But it's called Hello Irresistible. They are 6 by 6. Very beautiful papers. They do feature, I am going to tell you, they do feature a couple of new colors that are coming. Don't forget to come back next week. I'm going to be doing a contest that involves the new colors. And I'm going to be doing a giveaway. So you're not going to want to miss that. And here is the card that we created tonight. Fun, right? All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Let's go ahead and we're going to bring the camera back up so we can say goodnight. Thank you guys so much for being here. That was really fun. Thank you for sharing with me and allowing me to share with you. I hope that you liked tonight's project. And even more so, I hope that you like our lovely products because they're fantastic. That curly Q font, if you are somebody who writes a lot, you appreciate fonts, that font is gorgeous. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic crafty weekend. If you're in the Midwest, you're going to get lots of snow tonight. So you're going to have a weekend. It's not going away. you know, not in a day or so like the last time. So you're going to have plenty of time to create. So make sure that you make this card. It's super, super cute. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. I'll be back here with you next week, same place, same time, to create something else very fun. Have a great weekend. Bye.